Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. If you are currently retired, approaching retirement, or simply concerned about the future of your financial security, then this is a discussion you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Over the past few days, a series of alarming reports has reignited one of the biggest concerns facing millions of Americans: the future of Social Security. What was once viewed as a distant problem is now moving closer, faster than many experts previously expected. The question that millions of retirees are asking today is simple yet deeply unsettling. Will Social Security be able to continue paying full benefits in the years ahead? Recent reports have delivered a stark warning. According to the latest projections, the primary Social Security Trust Fund is expected to exhaust its reserves by 2032. While that date may sound years away, the reality is that it is rapidly approaching. Even more concerning is that the projected insolvency date has been moved closer compared to previous estimates, signaling that the financial challenges facing the system are accelerating. Now, before panic sets in, it is important to understand exactly what this means. Social Security is not expected to disappear entirely. Payroll taxes will continue to flow into the system. Workers across America will still contribute through their paychecks, and those funds will continue supporting retirees. However, once the trust fund reserves are depleted, the program will only be able to distribute the money it receives from ongoing tax revenue. According to current estimates, that could mean Social Security would only be able to pay around 78% of promised benefits. Think about that for a moment. For millions of retirees who rely heavily on their monthly Social Security checks to cover housing, food, healthcare, insurance, utilities, and everyday expenses, a reduction of more than 20% could create serious financial hardship. For many households, Social Security is not just one source of income, it is the foundation of their entire retirement plan. The situation did not develop overnight. In reality, it has been building for decades. One of the biggest reasons is demographic change. America is aging. Every day, thousands of baby boomers enter retirement, increasing the number of people receiving benefits. At the same time, birth rates have fallen significantly compared to previous generations. Fewer workers are entering the labor force, which means fewer people are contributing payroll taxes to support a growing retired population. This creates a mathematical challenge that becomes harder to ignore each year. In previous decades, there were far more workers supporting each retiree. Today, that ratio has shrunk considerably. As the number of retirees continues to grow and the number of workers supporting the system grows more slowly, the financial pressure on Social Security increases. Another factor is longevity. Americans are living longer than ever before. While this is certainly positive from a health and quality of life perspective, it also means retirees collect benefits for a longer period of time. A program originally designed in a different era now faces the challenge of supporting beneficiaries for many additional years beyond what was common when the system was first established. Inflation has also played a major role. Over the past several years, Americans have experienced significant increases in the cost of living. Housing costs have risen. Healthcare expenses have surged. Food prices have climbed. Transportation costs have increased. To help retirees keep up, Social Security provides annual cost of living adjustments, commonly known as COLAs. These increases are intended to protect purchasing power, but they also increase the amount of money flowing out of the system. Unfortunately, many retirees feel these adjustments are no longer enough. While monthly benefits may increase slightly each year, many seniors report that rising Medicare premiums, insurance costs, prescription drug expenses, and housing costs consume much of those gains before they ever reach their wallets. This growing gap between benefit increases and actual living expenses has become a major concern among retirement experts. What makes the latest reports particularly significant is that several assumptions many Americans relied upon for decades are beginning to break down. For years, many people believed there would always be plenty of time for lawmakers to fix the problem. They assumed Social Security's financial challenges were decades away. Today, that assumption no longer appears reliable. Many retirees also assumed annual benefit increases would generally keep pace with their actual expenses, yet rising healthcare and housing costs have often outpaced those adjustments. Others believed headline inflation figures accurately reflected the financial reality facing older Americans. However, seniors typically spend a larger share of their income on healthcare and housing, two categories that have experienced especially strong price increases. As a result, retirement planning has entered a new era. Financial experts increasingly emphasize that Social Security should be viewed as one component of a retirement strategy, rather than the entire strategy itself. The original purpose of Social Security was to provide a foundation and help prevent poverty among older Americans. It was never intended to serve as the sole source of retirement income for most households. Yet, over time, many Americans came to depend on it as their primary financial lifeline. This shift has left millions vulnerable to policy changes, economic uncertainty, and inflationary pressures. One of the most important lessons emerging from today's situation is the need for diversification. Retirees who have additional savings, retirement accounts, pensions, investment income, or other sources of financial support generally possess greater flexibility and resilience. Those who rely exclusively on Social Security face much greater risk if benefits fail to keep pace with expenses, or if future reforms affect payments. Another critical issue is the timing of claiming benefits. As fears surrounding Social Security grow, some individuals are considering claiming benefits as early as possible, believing this may protect them from future reductions. However, retirement specialists consistently warn against making decisions based solely on fear. Claiming benefits early permanently reduces monthly payments. While it may seem attractive to start receiving checks sooner, doing so can significantly lower lifetime benefits. Delaying benefits, in contrast, often results in substantially larger monthly payments. The decision should be based on personal health, life expectancy, financial needs, and family circumstances, not on headlines alone. Experts also recommend creating what they call an independent retirement income floor. In simple terms, this means ensuring that essential expenses can be covered even if Social Security benefits are lower than expected in the future. Every retiree should know exactly how much they need each month to pay for necessities: housing, utilities, healthcare, food, insurance, transportation. These are the expenses that cannot be avoided. A strong retirement plan should be capable of covering these essentials under multiple scenarios, including situations where Social Security benefits are reduced or fail to keep pace with inflation. The goal is not to eliminate Social Security from retirement planning. Rather, it is to ensure that your retirement plan does not collapse if Social Security provides less support than anticipated. There is also growing discussion about how future reforms may affect higher income Americans. Historically, when lawmakers have made changes to Social Security, those changes often placed a larger burden on higher earners through tax increases, benefit adjustments, or changes in eligibility rules. Many analysts believe future reforms could follow a similar pattern. Potential solutions frequently discussed in Washington include raising payroll taxes, increasing the taxable income cap, adjusting benefit formulas, modifying cost of living calculations, or gradually increasing the retirement age. Each option carries significant political and economic implications, which is one reason why comprehensive reform has been delayed for so long. However, delaying action only makes the eventual solutions more difficult and potentially more costly. As we look ahead, one reality becomes increasingly clear. Successful retirement planning can no longer rely entirely on government programs. The retirement landscape has changed dramatically. Traditional pensions have become less common, healthcare costs continue to rise, inflation remains a persistent concern, economic uncertainty remains a constant factor. The retirees who are likely to navigate these challenges most successfully are those who prepare for multiple possible outcomes, rather than assuming everything will proceed exactly as planned. Ultimately, Social Security remains one of the most important programs in American history, providing critical support to tens of millions of retirees. But the latest projections serve as a powerful reminder that financial security requires preparation, flexibility, and personal responsibility. The countdown to 2032 is already underway. Policymakers will face increasing pressure to act. economists will continue debating potential solutions. Retirees will continue watching developments closely. And millions of Americans will need to make important decisions about savings, investments, retirement timing, and long-term financial planning. The future of Social Security is still being written. The decisions made over the next several years could shape retirement for generations to come. Thank you for watching today's in-depth discussion. If you found this information valuable, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates about Social Security, retirement planning, senior benefits, Medicare, and the financial issues that matter most to older Americans. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.